So I'm going to have a quick video about Eminem, and I just want to put this out before the album release. So I wrote down a few things here just so I can genuinely express myself. And obviously Eminem does not need me to defend him in any way. Alright, well, as I said, I just wanted to share my opinion. So plenty of other people voice their opinions everywhere all the time, and this is mine. I just want to put it out there. And I'm going to start off by talking about the hypocrisy of people that talk about him. For instance, a really good thing that I like to bring up right now is that there are people that literally defended Kanye West on his anti-Semitic comments, and it may have just been a meme, but people, their instant response was saying it's okay, he's the one who wrote Graduation. Meanwhile, Eminem is actually called the Nazi by multiple people, and when a name, I won't say who, but a name that has public attention says it, he actually gets support and says, oh yeah, Eminem is kind of a racist and a Nazi. Meanwhile, the literal Nazi sympathizer, no problem. We can meme that, and no one's actually going to stop listening to him. No one's going to stop supporting him. So that's a big thing right out of the gate that I just can't understand how we're in that spot, all right? Now, I also understand that not everyone wants to hear Eminem. That's fine, okay? There's definitely been times he's said things I have not approved of, alright? I'm not at all trying to say everyone needs to like him or listen to him, okay? I understand everybody has different taste, alright? My point is simply that obviously plenty of people do want to listen to him, and if you're a fan, you should not be attacked on social media. I've seen a lot of that going on, okay? Recently, I've even seen some hate comments that were saying anyone that's a fan of Eminem should be imprisoned or worse. Some people were definitely implying that there should be not necessarily a genocide, but that all stands should be wiped out. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know what to say about that other than what the hell is wrong with people. So no matter what anyone says, it does not change the fact he is the best-selling rap artist of all time. And that means plenty of people not only do want to hear what he has to say and listen to him, but actually take the time to properly buy his music, okay? There's a lot of illegal downloading. He's still the #1 artist, and I believe, I didn't fact check this, I could be wrong, but I believe he's the #1 artist to have his stuff ripped off of all time as well. So still having that category as being the most excelling artist is pretty good, alright? So if you're one of those people that don't want to listen to him, like, look, I understand. He does say some outlandish shit. He says shit that I sometimes, like I said, don't want to listen to, and there is 1 or 2 songs that I skip. I won't listen to it, alright? So again, I'm not trying to force anybody to support him. I'm not saying anybody has to be a fan like I am, but I think there's definitely some lines that get crossed, alright? And so I'll provide an example for you here. I personally hate Family Guy, alright? They depict very realistic sexual assault scenes multiple times, and I'm actually genuinely offended watching those. I really don't like them. I think they're disgusting. I don't think they're funny at all. And just off the top of my head, there's 2 that I can think of. There's the one where they say how Aquaman is a useless superhero, and they just... the exception is that they have their clothes on because it's TV, but they just show an actual assault. And I don't know how anybody thinks that's funny. And at the end of that scene, Aquaman says, oh, maybe you shouldn't have led them on, alright? There's another scene that's not as serious, thankfully, but it's where a bull does assault Peter multiple times, and it keeps getting called back. And again, it's not as serious when it's a bull, because obviously that wouldn't happen, but the bull is still representing something that's very real. So my point of bringing that up is, like I said, that's just 2 times where that show has absolutely disgusted me to my core. I've not watched those episodes or that show in general in many years, and I can still think about it just instantly because it was such a, I guess, stark image, okay? And again, I hate Family Guy. But I'm not taking to Twitter and belittling anyone that's ever once laughed at the show. Okay, I'm not saying that anyone that's a supporter of Seth MacFarlane needs to be exterminated. Alright? Now, I will be honest, if it comes up with my friends, I won't hold back my opinion and I might say something along those lines. But I'm not trying to condemn anybody, publicly that has ever been a fan of the show or liked an episode or laughed at a joke, okay? So, if I can hold back, you can hold back as well. Now, in this upcoming album, he has warned us it's probably going to be outlandish, all right? It is called The Death of Slim Shady because cancel culture is literally going to kill him, all right? So if you disregard that warning, knowing full well that you don't like the type of material he talks about, I think you forfeit your right to be offended, all right? He has made it very clear. He's not hiding the fact it could get rough. He even gave us a taste with Houdini, where he referenced Megan Thee Stallion. And that's a reference that I don't think is even that bad. Specifically, Nicki Minaj, he implies doing way worse stuff to her. And I guess you could argue that that's fictional and not an actual event. But still, if there was no outrage for the whole Nicki Minaj situation and she actually still works with him following that, I don't know how the Megan Thee Stallion reference got so much backlash. I mean, he literally references much worse gun violence. I mean, he talks about Kurt Cobain killing himself multiple times, all right? There's no outrage there. Even when it's not gun violence, he talked about Robin Williams hanging himself, something I really did not like. This one, I still don't like it, but I have to admit it was a little bit funny. Michael J. Fox's battle with Parkinson's. These are all serious things that he talked about that I think is way worse than the Megan Thee Stallion reference, and no one gave a shit about that. So I don't know why that has got such backlash. I mean, it really struck a chord with people. And I find it especially bizarre because I have seen some people on social media that their page is just sharing a bunch of 9/11 jokes, and those seem to be some of the most popular videos on Instagram and TikTok and anywhere else. And no one died in the Megan Thee Stallion, shooting. Not saying that it was an okay thing, not trying to imply that at all, but how can somebody mock the tragedy that happened for 9/11 and this situation where no one died is a step too far? I can't find that. I can't find any common ground on that. Okay. And I also find it just as baffling when people comment on Eminem's talent. All right. So again, if you don't like him, that's fine. But just say the truth that you don't like him. That's fine. There's plenty of people I say I don't like just because I don't like them. All right. And another example I can think of off the top of my head is Snoop Dogg's most popular song is Gin and Juice, okay? A song that literally more than half of the words spoken are the chorus. I did fact check that, okay? If Eminem were the artist on that song instead of Snoop Dogg, that song would have so much hate. I actually doubt anyone can remember the lyrics besides for the chorus of that song, all right? It's ultra repetitive. And I can't believe that really being the song of his career. You can argue there's others, but I'm pretty sure that is his number one most selling. How that can be an iconic rapper, but Eminem can't match up to it, okay? And people make all kinds of ridiculous statements on his music. One of them that always makes me laugh is that Eminem is too poppy with some of his songs. Like Hey Yeah by Outkast is a hardcore gangster song, okay? Even a song like that, Outkast is still considered an iconic rapper, and don't get me wrong, I like him, and I will play that particular song loud and proud, but that is the definition of pop, so I don't know how you can have the double standard on that, alright? And another claim that I hear all the time, including from Chris Rock, which is just such a weird statement, but another claim is that you can't listen to him in the club, okay? And that is also insane to me because, first off, there are many songs of his that get played in the clubs, but even if there weren't any, how the fuck is that good criteria for a rap song? I don't know any club in the world that's gonna play Midnight by Ice-T, but that is still one of the most incredible fucking badass songs ever. And I don't give a fuck what anybody else's opinion is. If you'd rather listen to Black and Yellow or Drop It Like It's Hot over anything Ice-T has ever written, then I don't think you should be commenting on rap, okay? And last thing, again, just trying to put this out there, get it off my chest because everybody else is saying what they're going to say. So again, my opinion, just have to put it out there that the fact that people say stans defend him no matter what, that we're the only reason that he has a following, blah, 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 okay? Ludicrous statements to me. And I recently saw on a post someone said that you can only think Kill Shot was a better song if you're a stan. There's no other way you can find that song being the better song between the two. And I responded to that person directly calling him out saying, so you can only think that Rap Devil was a better song if you actually like that song. It has nothing to do with being a fan. But anyone that thinks Kill Shot, they don't get a right to their opinion. They just get written off. And that person ended up removing their comment. And everyone keeps saying nonsensical shit like that. And when it's time to actually back it up, just like this guy, they'll delete their comment and move on. It's something that really bothers me. And again, wanted to put out there right before this album drops. But I'm going to include the link in the top of the description for his album. Go get it. You know I already have. And that's all I had to say. If you like this kind of defending series, I'm going to be doing more like this on my Unhinged Outburst podcast channel. It's not going to be about Eminem next time. It'll be about something completely different. But this is something I think I'm going to do because I have lots of strong opinions like this, and people always tell me in private that I need to share them. So right or wrong, there it is. And if you do like it, go check out the other channel. Thank you.